people always refer to you guys as Christian artists, and I've spoken to guys like Chevelle and Flyleaf and a lot of these people that are. I like to separate them from the believers, and then a band that is considers themselves like a Christian band. I don't like when bands automatic. I like being able to talk to a band and having them say that we're believers, we're Christians, whatever. This is what we do, but we're not a Christian band,
right?
Like we're not Striper, we're not throwing out the yellow and black Bibles. But as far as being able to be one of these guys that represents something you believe in, how do you separate all that when you're hanging around? I guess you're forced into this atmosphere of guys that obviously aren't of the same beliefs as you. Right. How do you handle that? How do you deal with that?
I think, on many different levels, obviously we are Christians. A few of us in the band are Christians, but I've always hated the notion of Christian music because I feel like, I'm not saying in all the cases, but in a lot of cases, it's basically marketing your faith. It's going like, here, some people put stickers on the front cover of their CD that say toured with Metallica or toured with Fall Out Boy, and then other people put the name of their single. But for me, it feels like that's a giant badge on your career. It's just like, believes in Jesus, so you can buy my record, kids, And I never liked that. I never liked, if something's so personal to you, then you shouldn't exploit it for financial gains. Like, honestly, we had a decision quite some time back. We could have become a Christian band. We could have taken that route and made tons of money. The Christian market is the fastest growing market by 17%. I don't care if it's an economical downfall or CD sales are being stolen from, like kids are downloading or burning. Christian market continues to grow and grow and grow. We could have sold out, wrote some Christian songs, taken out the word baby, implemented Jesus into the same lyric, and made millions of dollars, honestly. Because, you can play youth groups. Youth groups will pay us 10 times what we could get playing here tonight. We would sell 10 times as much merch. But that's not what I want. I don't want to take my faith and say, thanks, God, and then use it to make money. That sounds disgusting. It sounds blasphemous, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's pretty it would be borderline blasphemous. If you think about it, too, there are a lot of bands that do that. Yes, we're riding the Jesus train, and they're not really asking themselves, what would Jesus do?
Right. Yeah.
He sure as hell wouldn't market himself like that,
I honestly know more coke addicts in the Christian, quote unquote Christian world, but people just have slapped that sticker on themselves, and so the parents feel better about buying that record. Oh, they're a Christian band, it says so on the sticker, or this song is called Jesus. Like, it's pointless. It's just a mire. So we decided not to get in it. We don't want to. We haven't toured with Christian bands. We've been out, people, everything from My Chemical Romance to the tour we're on now with,
Taking Back Sunday,
All American Rejects, and so it's just not something we want to explore, and I don't think we ever will.
And I think that's a great explanation of a completely different subject. You said All American Rejects. Is it true that the lead singer is a douchebag?
No way.
Is he really cool? Because everything I've ever seen of this guy, he always seems like he always gets on my nerves.
No, I can't say that like from personal experience. Like, he's been a sweetheart to us, but obviously I'm not with him 24 hours a day. Maybe he is to some people, but from what I've seen, his interactions, but I think that people are always going to get a negative stigma. Like, if you put yourself out in public, there's always going to be two sides of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. George Bush, I just saw him speak in San Antonio today. Tons of people hate the guy. You know what I'm saying? But since you're a public figure, you're putting yourself out there, and people can say negative or positive. In the same light, Tyson, I think he's a great guy. But if you get famous, people get a little jealous. There was, maybe he made an offhand remark. Maybe somebody had a bad experience. Suddenly they're douchebags, and that spreads rumors. And it's just funny how the world works. So if you're willing to put yourself out there, be ready to get criticized.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are, this is the first time I've met you and your music. I can tell you guys are very cool. The band at Anberlin. What do you think is in store for you guys? Because I understand you have. I guess I don't want to call it like a greatest hits, but it's more of a compilation of everything that you guys have done. What would you like to see? I just saw on HBO they had the 25th anniversary of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I started thinking to myself, okay, these are guys that in the 60s and 70s, these were the bands that were busting out the hits. Could you see yourself 20, 25 years from now being on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Is that something you maybe would aspire you and your band to be, or what do you see in the future?
Man, I think anybody would kill for that. I mean, that's just like the NFL Hall of Fame or something, you know, like I would feel absolutely honored, but I don't think that our goals or our, you know, looking down the road, we aren't pushed or motivated by accolades or, you know what I'm saying, or you know, oh, if we write this song, then we could probably get in the hall. You know, like, it's not about that. It's like, it's writing the song with as much integrity as you possibly can, you know, putting all your passion, all your heart and soul into it, not worrying about monetary gains or fan gains, but staying true to the music that you've created. And I think that's the goal, and that's the purpose that we stay on the road, not for pats on the backs or zeros in our bank account.
Well, man, on that note, I think you guys are incredible musicians. I like the fact that you're believers. I like the fact you don't ignore that. You don't put it under the bus. You're out there. You do your thing. And honestly, man, I'm a big, firm believer of karma. What goes around comes around. You guys got a bright future. Hopefully it comes around for you, man. Stephen Christian from Anberlin, huh?
I said, no worries.
No worries. There you go. Thank you very much for the interview, man.
Thank you so much. That was fun.